Hey, well, I got one person here already. Hey, Ryan, or had one person here. Maybe it takes time for it to catch up. Hopefully other people show up. All right, I'll start today with a little bit of sailboat prepping. I'm all right. Hopefully we get some people in here. So, like I said, I'll start today with sailboat prepping until hopefully we get more people. Two people. Good. Um, anyways, story short with it, there are many ways to prep your sailboat. Okay. And if the end times come, I believe a sailboat would be probably the best alternative for people to get out of Dodge. Depending on where you want to go, you could hide out. All right. While you're doing that, I'll keep this going in case, anybody does show up and want to talk about other things. Um, so let's start off. Food is a major thing. Okay, a lot of people you'll hear will go fishing and catch fish. Well, if you can catch it, that's a good thing. But what about when you're not? It'd be good to have a lot of dried goods, powdered milk, powdered eggs, powdered butter, powdered cheese. A lot of those are really good canned goods. Uh, the lighter things are and the more compact, it's better. So, like your packaged food, like uh, the tuna fish in a package, just for instance, so that you can do it real quick because it is hard to cook on a boat while it's moving around. Water is a necessity. Now, if you can afford it or if your boat comes with it, I would suggest a reverse osmosis. It takes salt water and purifies your water. Another thing you could do is you can literally buy a distill. Okay. Well, most people buy them to make beer or liquor. Okay. Any rednecks out there would know that. Now, here's the thing, if you distill your water through it, you could still drink it. Okay. And over time, you might not want just distilled water, but, because you want all the minerals in it. But even with the lack of the minerals, it's actually a good thing. All right. Um, so, for an emergency way, if you could use heat of some type, that's a good way to do it. Another way to filter water, it's not the greatest, but it is possible if you actually take it and run it through coals. All right, charcoal, for instance. It's not as clean, but it is drinkable. These are things that I would suggest people invest in for backups because you want your water. Solar and wind would probably be your two main sources. You could also do a water generating system. They actually make them. They go on the side of boats, and when your boat is moving, if you're sailing or something, it actually generates electricity to fill your battery system. How much space you have on your boat depends on how far you could go. If you have a little 22 footer, which anybody could go out there, I've seen them 1,000 times, and they could buy a little 22 footer for $1,000. That's in halfway decent condition. Um, but I wouldn't suggest that on anything long term or really long journeys. Okay, that's for if you're staying close to the coast or if you're not going too far. Um, Maybe a couple of weeks out. It's more of a camping boat, if anything. You can get them 25, 26, 27. You're starting to look at something that you can go a little bit longer distance. 28, 29. You're in the area once you hit about 29, 30 footers, 28 to 30 footers that you'd actually cross the ocean with it. Um, I personally have a 33. Um, and most people can would prefer about a 40 footer or larger. I will let you know if it's not, you know, and nice to see that we have two people. Please jump into the discussion anytime you want. You're more than welcome, or come up to the live stream. I will redo the thing for you. But yeah, at that particular point, catamarans are great if you can. They're very stable boats, depending on the catamaran you get. My personal favorite catamaran is a Leopard 46. Okay, but I don't have one. But if I were to get a catamaran, I would love to get a Leopard 46. Uh, Fairly decent prices for them. You can find them cheap. Some fixer-uppers, and they're worth it. Okay. Uh, Catamarans you can carry a lot more on, depending on the boat. But once you get into like 40, 50 feet, you really could get into good size regardless which one you have. I've seen some 40, 50-foot monohulls that are pretty good, have full engine rooms that you could like walk into. Um, but I mean, to each their own. The larger the boat, the more you pay in peacetime, more storage costs and everything. So when you're prepping, like I said, food is an essential. I would also suggest that you have a emergency kit. Lake boats are nice, but the only real difference between an ocean cruiser and a lake boat, I'll tell you right now, is what you use. All right, you can actually convert a lake boat over to an ocean cruiser very easy if it's big enough. Um, for instance, your bottom paint might be different for a lake boat, okay? And you might want to change out, uh, all some of your metals, all right? Some metals that are okay in lakes are not okay on the ocean. They'll rust and corrode very easily. Most people go with stainless steel because it's the cheapest but strongest that they could get. However, a lot of other people have been switching over to titanium, like your chain plates. Okay, you get a chain plate that goes down from your mast, connects to the side of the boat somewhere, or your bulkhead plate. A lot of people, when they can, they change them out for titanium. I would love to change out all of my stuff to titanium, just for the simple fact that it doesn't corrode like everything else does. It when it comes to the ocean, that's why a lot of people done it. Not because of the strength or because it's supposed to be one of the strongest metals, but for that very reason. Um, and it lasts longer. So financially, you're looking at something that lasts a real long time. Yeah, which is why a lot of people go to, like I said, titanium. When I do eventually put mast steps on my mast, I'm hoping to get enough of them out of titanium. I'd rather have them out of titanium because I know I'm not going to have a rust issue and they'll last a very long time. Now, yeah, I could probably go up this mast with stainless steel, but I'm not going to deal with that rust issue or I mean, the mast itself might rust, but I'm not going to deal with it with the actual chain plate, which actually makes it last longer, or the mast steps. Um, Things that you could do to prep your boat up for long terms is stuff like that. Uh, if you are going on a long journey, definitely have maps. Learn how to use the star because you know what? As much as I like using GPS and have a navigational compass, GPS is going to be an issue if the grid goes down, you know? So learning how to do that would be a very important thing to do. Um, Make sure your compasses work. Any compass really does work, but you can have a little handheld, or you could have the big ball like I have on my boat. I have a really large, like glass globe thing on my wheelhouse, and uh, it has a compass in it. But for safety's sake, in case something happens, I think it's right here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I know it was here. Here it is. Yep, there it is. I have a cheap one, just like this. It works fine. It's nothing special. It's plastic, but it works. You know, thing pops up for the magnifying glass. It's just a cheap compass. I have plenty of compasses. Um, but yeah, they'll help you navigate. At least they'll tell you which way's north, if nothing else. Yeah, but they do work. And when you've got nothing to look at, it's very useful. You know, for boating, if you actually use boat GPSs, you'll notice that GPSs are, well, I have a metal one too. It's just not where I can get it. I have better compasses all over my house. Um, but the GPS navigation system for a boat is phenomenal compared to what you'll have in your car. And I'll tell you right now, the reason for this is, and I hate to say it, but most people that have yachts have a lot of money. Now, there are people out there that are poor like me and you or whoever. I don't know if you're poor or not, but you know, that have GPSs on boats, and they like to cater to people that are rich, if you know what I mean. Another example of that would be internet. Okay. Now, the average internet speed with your Roadrunner or Time Warner cable is fine, but if you're out in the country and you're trying to use it with a satellite, it's horrible. But you get on a boat and they make those things special for people because they spend a lot of money on those. For example, you have to spend like $4,000 just for the uh okay just for the actual compass. You know what I mean? Looks like it's just me and you again. Only a few people called in and they all left. But yeah. So I agree. Having compasses and knowing how to see the how you actually go is actually important. Knowing where you are, very important. Another thing would be having a good radio, but I'd say have a marine radio, but also have a good ham radio on top of it because they go long distances. These are just a bunch of things that could actually help people out. And of course, knowing what you're doing. Um, Being able to entertain yourself, like it or not, is actually going to be an important thing. Yeah, the GPS you'd have on a tractor isn't the same as you'd have on a yacht. Like I said, they make them for rich people, so that's why they put the emphasis on making them better for people. Um, it is what it is. But like I was saying, yep, ham radios are wonderful to have. Is simple ham radio license, and there you go. Even if you don't have a boat, it's a great thing to have, in my opinion. But yeah, you have that on a ship, and you got a nice backup system if your marine radio goes down. It's, and like I said, backups for backups. And if the shit hits the fan, you want as many backups for backups as you can get and fit. But remember, a boat only has so much space. But I'll tell you, if you actually have ever been on like a big yacht or something around mine size, you'll notice that there are nooks and crannies and little holes to stuff all over. Uh, my quarter berth in the back has a huge space right underneath the quarter berth where people could sleep. You know, it's a little nook that's cut out. Um, and that's a place you could put a ton of canned goods. But like I said, it depends on how big it is and how much you want to pay for it. Um, but yeah, having a sailing yacht would be a good thing in case of the situation. It's something that you could move out and keep on going. I'm going to change this up a little bit because if you are not going on the ocean, there are other options. I'll use the, yep, I'll use the most common one, RVs and camping trailers. Okay. If you have, and I'm not talking about pop-ups because pop-ups really don't get you very well. Truck camper maybe to some extent, but a pop-up really doesn't do much for you. Um, but I would suggest, like, say, you know, tow behinds. I wouldn't suggest an RV because if you go somewhere where it's cold, the engine breaks down, you are stuck no matter what. At least with a tow behind, if you have a tow behind and you have it's hooked up to your truck, let's say your truck breaks down, you buy a new truck, get rid of the truck, whatever the situation is, or let's say it is HTIF. You could go get a new truck from somewhere, maybe grab it, because it's that time, and you could just replace it and keep towing your trailer with you. You will be that simple if you can't fix it. Um, so if nothing else, at least you can replace the vehicle part, which makes them better, in my opinion. Also, like I said, engine gets cold air comes up through it. It's horrible for people if it's an RV, but RV's better than nothing, you know. So if you were ditching out, that would be the best option right there outside of a boat, in my opinion. The last thing is if you have the ability to fly and just leave the country, more power to you, you know. But not everybody's a pilot, you know. Not everybody can fly. And I'll leave the flight on that one. So for a bug out situation, that would probably be the two best in my opinion. Uh, Honestly, if you had the money, there is one that would be for land that would be better than the other, which in a way it would be better, not completely. Um, if you had the money and the ability to get and since you're into trucks, I would suggest getting a 18 wheeler and turning like they do for the race cars, the Indian race cars, or all that, where they could literally put a car into the vehicle and having something like that. Then you have tools you could work on the vehicles, and you have a nice place to sleep with a lot of room for storage of food and everything else for long term use. Um, 18 wheeler with a cab. That would probably be actually the best bet. But you could still possibly trade out an 18 wheeler for an 18 wheeler. Well, like I said, a plane would be a rare thing. That would probably be some rich snob that has an airplane, or somebody who knows how to fly and knows how to build one or fix one up, like an airplane mechanic. Um, but they're far and few between. Not everybody's going to have that skill. As far as the boat is a good idea, and like I said, the other two are good ideas as well. Um, all for bug out situations. Also, there are people like a friend of mine, Audrey. She has a show called Sailing Miss Lone Star, and she's on and off lived on her boat. Well, she has had more than one now for probably the last 6, 10 years. Yeah, so you would be right up the alleyway for the 18 wheeler. If you were to hook one of those up like they do for NASCAR. Um, if you were able to get a spare, one that you're not using or one you don't care for, uh, that would be perfect for you. You could literally set the thing right up. You know what I mean? And for people like that, that would really be perfect. You could put a spare car in it, and you could literally have some type of vehicle in it and drive it wherever you're going. You know what I mean? Looks like we only got two people at a time, and nobody but you is talking. Uh, I don't know if this stream is going to go any good, but well, we'll see. Oh, service truck is better than nothing. Or several trucks, sorry. Yeah, it's better than nothing, like I said, either way. Um, yeah, I definitely suggest to anybody. Oh, guys, anybody wants to come up, please do. The thing is in the chat, and I'll repost it just in case, because I don't know how well this works. And there you go. Anybody can enter the thing all you want. Give me a minute. I'm going to try to share this. I hope I don't go off. I hope I'm still there. Come on, YouTube. Just give me a minute. I'm going to try to share this. Okay. Just share this on Facebook real quick. If it works, come on. Sorry if there's an echo. Okay. I'm back. I just wanted to share it real quick. Sorry. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, I got 3 people. Anybody want to show up and have any ideas of anything? Please bring them up. You can come right up on the chat. I'll let you in as a guest. I'm allowed to bring 6 people up here at a time. And whoever that was that came in has left. Well, I'm trying. uh, okay. How long do you think it's going to take before I can actually get a decent amount of people in here? Good. Horses are a good idea. I've seen some horse trailers. They're pretty comfortable. I've seen some new ones at the last event that they had here up in Plattsburgh. They had some really fancy ones. They had beds and everything for people, and then the horses were in the back. Unless you got one of those really old horse trailers where it's literally just wide open. Yep, I hope they will come. I'm leaving it on for right now. You know, I'll bullshit with you, but I'm leaving it on. Hopefully, we'll have more people. Whoever the second person is that's watching, if you like, come on in. Yeah, they're probably not as nice as the ones I saw then, because the ones I saw were brand new. I mean, they're probably decent for the time they were in, depending on how you keep it, but yeah. Uh, well, since I got two people, so I've spoke about boats. I'll get into boat safety. Like, all right, I'll explain with my boat. If you're down below deck, I don't care about life jackets or anything like that. But once you get up top deck, I make sure that anybody that's on my boat, including myself, has a life jacket on and has a anybody has a lifeline attached somewhere. Yeah, well, that's usually how people have them. It's very rarely that they get something new, unless, like I said, people have a lot of money. But you know how often that is. Anyway, I shared my live stream a little bit on Facebook, and maybe it can be shared in other ways too. If you want, share the link in places. Yeah, definitely floating devices. Like I said, it's a little different on a big yacht when you're going below deck because people live down below deck sometimes. You know, they stay down there. You don't sleep in your life jacket, that type thing. Should still have it close by so that you can grab it. But even the law states that if you're below deck on a boat, they don't care if you have a life jacket and a big enough boat. You know, if you're on like a really little 20-footer, 15-footer, and it's literally just a place to sit, maybe put a grill or something, then they kind of care. But once you get into the 30 plus foot below deck, they don't care. Even 27 footers below deck, they don't care, you know. But above deck, yeah, everybody should have a life jacket and they should have a lifeline. Because the last thing I want is, including myself, especially myself, is anybody who's above deck going to fix the roller furler up front or something like that with one of the lines. I don't know how much you know about boats, but a roller furler is basically where you could set some sails and you can make it go from one side to the other just by switching over very easily, just using a couple of lines from the deck, and it rolls in and it rolls out. It just pulls the sail in and rolls it up for you. Very nice device to have. So you could basically have two sails with one mast. Anyways, if like you were going up there to fix that or even drop anchor, I don't want somebody falling in that, including myself, that can't get aboard. Let's say I'm sailing by myself. I at least have that rope attached to me so that, like, if I go to the back of the boat, I can at least get back up on top and I know the boat isn't gone away. It's a decent thing. Yeah, well, I don't expect people to know all this stuff. That's why I explain it. I've been studying and dealing with boats for years now, so it's I have to know it. You know, that's kind of why I put the sailing prepper bit up there because I kind of need to. If I didn't learn, and I'm still learning, if I didn't learn, I wouldn't I wouldn't be out on there because it'd be too dangerous. And I'll admit, boats are dangerous. It's a wonderful way to live your life if you get the chance, or if you want. I like the idea of being able to go where I want, when I want, anywhere in the world. Let's say, I decide one day just retire, head down to the Caribbean, and visit a bunch of islands. That would be the life. You know what I mean? And I don't have to wait on even saying, not even saying the shit hits the fan or anything like that. I don't even have to wait on anything. All I have to do is load my boat and go, you know. And springtime comes around, I might be doing that. If I heal up and you get better and everything, I might just be doing that. Just load up and go. And yeah, just enjoy the island life of the Caribbean for a while. Maybe see Texas. Maybe I'll move to Texas. I was thinking about moving to Texas, Mexico, the whole 9 yards. Wherever I can go, wherever I can go, that's Corona allowed to be there. At this rate, I was actually going to take off last year, but coronavirus kind of stopped me. Or this whole mandates and lockdowns, which is a fucking joke in my opinion. And I've got many reasons to believe that. Good. Yeah. Literally just being able to make friends and go on your retirement and just enjoy life. Mm. I mean that's pretty much the whole thought, right? But, it's also a good thing to have as a backup if the shit hits the fan. And then after that, I mean, actually, the last time we talked, you said you had a bunch of good ideas for rebuilding the country after, the shit hits the fan when everybody's starting to rebuild. So I'd like to hear them if you want. I actually don't understand that last message. Obijuan. Don't know what that means. But yeah. Mm. If you want to share those thoughts, please do. Be most appreciative. Oh, okay. Group member name. All right. Like, all right. Let's see. Where can I go with this? Okay. We discussed at one point ways to actually put money back into the economy if after we were rebuilding. And I suggested doing the canal. The other guy suggested some island thing. Um, okay. How about rules or regulations to keep people in check? Should we keep a minimum of rules? Like the bare basics: do not kill, do not commit murder. That kind of thing. No rape, no that, none of the majors. Or should we like have a ton of laws down to the stupidest details? Like, you know, yeah, all right. Small government and local governments. They tell big government what to do. Yeah, I I agree. That would be a great idea if the smaller governments told the larger government what to do. Okay, but like I said, so you'd leave all the laws up to smaller governments, like the states and stuff. Okay. That might be something that would work. Um, so all right. Here's a question for you. Let's say because of all this that we're in major debt. Okay. We're already in major debt, but let's say it's even worse. When rebuilding the government, how would you get that out of there? Yeah, I agree. But how would you fix like the national debt? I mean, what would we do to eventually start repairing this so that everything was fair, in your opinion? I have my own, but I want to hear new opinions. Uh, and yeah, going back to where local governments did it before Lincoln's time, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea either. You know, should we all have like so you would base everything off of what we've already done, but before Lincoln's time. Yeah, stop outsourcing the work. That would help. But there are things that we can't provide ourselves, certain materials for certain things. So we'd have to do some of it. Yeah, if we did a lot more product building, that would help. Then we'd be making money by selling our products to other countries. I agree. And right now, we're kind of a service issue or industry where all we do is service. I mean, we do make products. I work for a factory that does it, but not that much. I have to get people that are willing to work those jobs, though. Fortunately, I don't think a lot of people are willing to work jobs anymore. Would you go back to the gold standard? Or here's a radical idea. Some other countries actually made Bitcoin like their national tender down south. Yeah, but I mean, I agree. It should be run by the people. But that's why I'm asking this, because we're the people. Okay, Mike. Well, what kind of system would you use? I'd love to hear from you. What kind of system? I actually didn't hear about that. But okay, you know, metals are fine, in my opinion. I wouldn't mind going back to a gold standard. You know, it would shoot up the price of gold, but that would be great. Yeah, well, here's a question. What goods and services could we actually make here, do you think? Well, forget the services for right now, just the goods, because that's what we'd be bringing out. Services would be like in our country, which the only time we'd be getting money from other countries by doing services would basically be if we either sent people to another country, which is next to none unless it's military, or if we um, did it based on like tourism. Okay, the tourism industry that works that way. But the goods, yes. So what goods would you have that would go into trading goods? Okay, Mike, you want to go back to a bartering system. That's not a bad idea, but that's kind of what we do now anyways. We do a bartering system. Uh it's just we barter, but we also use money when we barter. As a country, a lot of it is done that way as well. Okay, that's one idea. Yeah, I agree. The question is, what exports? Right now, most companies do corn and soybean. Um, like if you go to like say a farmer, most of it in our country is corn and soybean. And I hate to say it, but a lot of that doesn't actually stay in the country. A lot of that actually does go overseas. Actually, it goes to China. That was one of the things they had with the what we were exporting to China was soybeans, and I believe that's what it was, and that's what the sanctions did when Trump was in office. You know, so I mean, the question is, I mean, is it going to be just soybeans? Yeah, they do. They refine it and bring it back. A lot of it. Um, yeah, refine, export it ourselves. I'm totally for that. I do think we should get a little out of the soybean and corn industry, though. Um, for a very simple reason. Uh, I believe that we have way too many emphasis on corn and soybean, and I think we should diversify. You know what I mean? Yeah, I, that's fine, and I do believe we should still keep corn and soybean around. I just think we should diversify. I think it would be better if we had more products. You know what I mean? Well, there are things we could be doing. Yes. Um, one of the ideas I said the other day would actually be something we could actually do. Instead of taking in gasoline from all these other countries, so that we're not buying as much fuel oil, we could be making it ourselves just by pulling plastic out of the ocean and recycling. Yeah. Well, that's fruits and vegetables, but how about making stuff? Like, should we go back to trying to teach people how to make computer chips? Yeah, that's a great idea, Ryan. And yeah, I think we should. You know, if we start making our own technology based products, then we can export too. You know, but then it will be who makes the better product. So that's on us. And to do that, I think we'll have one problem with corporations, which is they're always going to want to do everything cheapest. And yes, regrow the land, definitely. I think there's a lot of things out there we could be doing that could be making this country great again, And a lot of this stuff could do that. All right. Here's a thought for you guys. How about a open source when it comes to finances? Do you all know what I mean by that? Yeah, definitely improving that. I agree. Um, do you guys know what I mean by an open finance system? Yeah, that could be something we could do. Shutting down the Federal Service Reserve, not Service Reserve. Um, the Federal Reserve has a lot of gold and they print out money. That's one thing we should stop them from doing is printing money. It's going to hurt us shortly, but in the long run, it'll be better because if they just keep printing money like this, we're screwed. Yeah, it was supposed to be federal and it became private owned. I agree with you. And we should not have private owned government. Definitely not. Not when it comes to the government. No, it's just a way for them to print money and steal from us at the same time. Shutting that down would be a godsend. I agree. Um, but like I was saying, with the open resources to finances, like, all right, here's what I would suggest in that sense. Let's say you have credit, right? Bad, good, whatnot. Okay, they keep a public record of it anyways, or it's not even a public record; it's a record of it. It's not actually open to the public. I believe that it should be open to the individual to always check it as much as they wanted. So if you have a 750 credit score, then okay, you are the person that owns that credit score. That's your credit score. You should be able to open it and look at it anytime you want without having somebody else open it and then bring down your credit score just because they opened it. It actually is. I agree, and I will actually add on to that. Um, here's example, Ryan. You in 1920s, right around the time Adolf Hitler um started putting numbers on Jewish people was about the exact time that we actually brought out the Social Security number. There's kind of a coincidence there. And I think they actually go hand in hand in a way. That's a possibility. I'm not one in big into owning land. I absolutely refuse to own land in the United States for multiple reasons. Yeah, I know all about Project Paperclip. We could go on about that for days. Oh, Project Paperclip. Here's one for you to look up. Project Condor. That was really bad in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And that, I believe, is stuff we should stop doing. Project Paperclip, Condor, all those little evil little things that the CIA was been doing. Yeah, they've actually caused us more problems. Well, you know what? I'll give you a rough guess because it'll actually deal with this. Okay. One of the things we have an issue is people coming from south of the border coming up here, right? We've all agreed with this, right? And it causes us problems. A lot of the people coming south of the border would not be coming through our border to come up here if we left them alone. If we didn't do things like Project Condor. Project Condor was to put evil regimes in place that literally tortured, mutilated people, and the CIA even helped them drop family members out of helicopters. We've done that there. We did that even in late 80s. We did that in Indonesia, to give you an example. We did stuff like that. We set up hit lists for the government in Indonesia that was a crooked government we put in place. We've done stuff like that all over the world. And I guarantee you, if we weren't doing those things, we'd have a lot less problems. I'm not saying, we're not going to have problems and there aren't people out there. I have no clue what project you're talking about. Never heard of it. Yeah, I agree. I know. It's a horrible thing. And they did. You are absolutely right. A lot of the people that were put in power back then have family members that are still in power today. We literally took Nazis and put them in power in the US. Okay. Okay, Mike. I guess that works for you. Still stuck with only two people in here. Kind of sucks, but I mean, at least I get to talk to you guys. Hopefully I'll have more. But yeah, I got more subscribers. I just need more people coming into the live chat. I gotta set up like a direct time and make people know that I'm gonna do that every day. Third person. Hi, Todd. Yeah, I didn't answer your call because I'm doing this stuff. This is the nut job, Todd. If that's the Todd I'm thinking of, the same Todd I know in person. If you're somebody else, you have my apologies. Whatever, you're a third person, that works. Yeah, I think it's the same Todd I know. In real life. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. He's brought up some good points, and I should be talking to you as much. Like I said, I'm sorry. He was in here, and I have. But yeah, you got plans or thoughts? Please let me know. I'm more than willing to deal with it. Uh, yeah, and you guys are welcome to come up here if you want. I'll let anybody come up here, even Todd. Oh, I got a guest. I got a guest. Yep, it's freaking Todd. All right, fine. Dad, I believe. There you go. Hi, nut job.
Hello, how are you?
Mm. Guys, this is Todd.
We're all mad here.
You'll see after this why I call him the nut job.
There appears to be an echo.
Well, okay. Um, Mike, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. You're starting to contract states reps about. Okay, contact your state's reps. Okay, that's fine. Um, I guess Todd didn't stay long. Yeah, definitely. Always contact your state's reps for anything you have. It's a good idea. It's something that everybody should do. If you have a solution to something, contact them. Getting through to them is almost impossible. That's okay. Even if your kids come in, pop up if you want. I don't care. Can't be any worse than Todd. I can only say that because I know him in real life. But yeah, everybody is welcome. Yeah, lame-o. I agree. Well, at least I have 3 people watching. You go for that, Todd. You be my guest. Okay, go for it, Ryan. I'm all ears. But yeah. Yeah, I know they do that. What's your solution? Well, sorry it's echoing, Todd. Or Mike go. He was a little bit talkative. He's interesting, more interesting than Todd. Anyways, okay. Mike. Yes. Wait, Mike, you were up here. Now you're not. What's going on here? I'm trying to invite you, but you're gone. You want to try it again? You're more than welcome to. Yeah, I have to do the invite thing again. Uh, I'll repost it if you want. But yeah, um, Mike left, or really, you want back up here? Fine. Add. What do you want? You gonna say something?
Yeah, but every time I talk, it echoes.
I don't know how to fix that, Todd.
I have to, I have to mute my mic.
Oh, speak the echo or not. Oh, well, try to go back in. I don't know what happened. I was trying to accept you, but you weren't there. If you want to come up. I got 4 people. Wow. You should change the name from Skyfox to Nutjob.
Yeah. It's my alias.
Yeah, use your earbuds.
Yes.
All right, I see somebody here. Mike. Why isn't it not letting me add you? Oh. I let Todd in. I don't know why I can't let you in. I don't want to edit your name. I don't know what to do, Mike. What's this? Private chat. What? Yeah, I'm new to that too, Mike. I'm sorry. I see it in your private chat, but for whatever reason, it won't let me add you. I don't know why. Are you still backstage? Because it's not showing me. Oh, no, that's you. Yeah, Todd, I brought you up here, so I know that I can do that. I'm on an Android phone and I do it all the time. I don't know. I'm actually confused. It's not even showing you anymore. Oh, it's not even showing that you're backstage. Well, I got 4 people. Either way, I'm still inviting anybody who could figure out how to get in there and have it actually work. Definitely come on up. I don't know why Mike can't come up. I would love to have Mike come up. Uh, but I don't know what to do. Oh, I got 4 people. Wow. Stream's getting better today. Anybody who wants to come up or share your thoughts? How do we make America great again after the fall? The topic of the question. What do we do? I'll even let Todd join in. I'll even turn my
Yes.
volume down just a little.
That ought
Maybe
to
that'll
help
help
with
the echo.
the echo or whatever.
Quick
Basically,
question.
what's happening is it's going through your speaker, back through your mic, back through your speaker, back through your mic.
Well, it does them with other people. Quick question for you. Do you have your YouTube on? Do you still have your YouTube?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. But sometimes people have to mute their YouTube to figure it out.
Headphones,
Well,
Melvin. You have to put on headphones.
I don't have headphones.
You don't have
Even if I mute
headphones?
mine, you still echo. See, that was you. I muted mine and it was still echoing. Oh, sorry, Mike. Get back to you.
I've had a hard day today. I'd love to explain it, but I can't with this echo.
I don't know. If I mute mine, yeah, see, there's some noise with you. Uh, it would be nice to avoid the fall, yes. But maybe falling is what we need to do.
I'm in the show.
True. We
Is there
do
an
have
app for
issues
this?
with.
Maybe if I do it through the app, it'll work better.
Yeah, go through the app.
Powered by SteamYard. What's
All right. But yeah, mindset of land occupations. That would, or yeah, we need to get over that. There, much better. But yeah, definitely. Okay, so there's three people back down to three. We had four. Guys, we actually had four for a little bit. But yeah, sorry about that distraction, but I agree, Mike. We need to build the economy for that. Okay. Ryan, I hate to say it, but I only understand half what you're actually saying. It's just I don't understand abbreviations. I'm very sorry. I agree. We are overcrowding the land. I mean, if you want to go onto the population thing again, we have options. We are overcrowding it. Yes. Wow. Poor Ryan. My leg. But yeah, overcrowding is a problem. I agree. It's a big issue. Gee, I had somebody up here tonight, even if it is Todd. Uh-oh. Now who? Fine. I'll add him back. Hey, no echo?
I don't know how. Oh, I thought that turned the power outlet off.
Well, the echo's not as bad.
And that you can turn that lamp on if you want the lamp on.
Oh, I turned that off
Turn that
too.
off. You want this big light off?
Yeah, I don't really much light.
I understand.
Bother you?
No, that should be fine.
Okay.
Thank
We
you.
we do have an overcrowding thing, yes,
Is the echo
and
gone
an
now?
overtaxing issue.
Did I fix it?
Uh, it was for a second.
Is it back on your end?
I don't hear it as much.
Okay, so what happened is I opened the secondary broadcast so we could group chat like this, but the prior chat was still open and it was playing in the background. That's what was causing the echo.
Yeah,
So it was on my end. My bad.
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the dark.
Now that I definitely can get on board with. First thing we need to do is make all the Democrat representative politicians need to go for a long swim, and possibly with a brick around their neck. It'd be good exercise.
Around their neck.
Yeah, the ones that actually are able to swim with a very heavy brick,
Well, that's not going to keep them
that's
underwater for
what's
very
cheap.
long.
They're the ones that are good and fit enough.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe the day I had today. So I'm not
Uh,
going to get housing through DSS anymore. Apparently, if you fail to submit paperwork, they decline you and then they put a temporary ban on you getting housing assistance for 30 days. So because I was approximately 5 days late on turning in 3 pieces of paperwork, they were rude to me. Told me I had a 30-day ban, and then told me that I was supposed to be out of the place 2 days ago, and they never informed me of that because they just informed me that the case was closed today. So there was all kinds of fucking hogwash going on there today.
I honestly don't know what to tell you. I
I
mean,
put
it is what it is.
I put into Plattsburgh Housing Authority though, but you were on the topic of politicians, so I figured I'd just throw that in there because I feel like we pay into that system to go and beg the government for our money back, and then they make you list a bunch of personal information in order to acquire such said funds when you're, bottom of the barrel, don't have any money to spare, basically living in the street. Uh, so that's firsthand experience on my part now. Never had that firsthand experience before.
Well, I hate to say it, I know you well enough, and I could say this: you did put yourself in that situation.
That is correct. But I did learn something from it.
Yeah, good. Oh, by the way, I talked to one of the guys on UPS. They're hiring. Go get a job.
I got one at Diamond Comics.
Good. You finally got one?
Yep.
Good.
It's 7 to approximately 5, between 3 and 5 o'clock every day, from Tuesday to Saturday. So 5 days a week, I can make up to 40 plus hours there. And my first paycheck wasn't too bad. I got my bank account caught up. Now by next week, I'll have everything paid up as far as my storage units and stuff goes. And then I can start saving for either a car or a place to live. I might go car first. That way I have transportation.
Well, I suggested a truck, and I've seen trucks with campers. That might
Yeah,
actually help you out.
well, it wouldn't, because the smaller the space, the less money it's going to cost me because it'll be cheaper to keep. And I've had an Audi before. They're relatively quick and they're really durable in the winter. So I might get another one of those and then live out of it until I can afford an apartment if I can get a loan. That's
Well, you do what you want, but I'm going back on topic because I'm losing people. I
okay.
have 4, and now I'm down to 0. Guys,
Nobody
come
loves
back.
me. I'm bad for business.
Apparently,
Is it
you. Well, if anybody comes back on, please do. Sailing Prepper here. I hope you all are back to being interested. Sorry. I'd love to get back on the topic of hand. Shoot. And Todd. All right. No, we're not going to clear it. Just going to do that. All right, I'm back. And we have nobody here. Well, I guess it's me and you.
Oh, that's why I've been talking to myself. My mic was off.
I
Did you do that or
have
was
that
that me?
control. Yeah, I have that control.
Oh, he is the administrator.
Yeah, now giving you a board, I think I got less people.
Yes, I scared him away.
Probably. Well, if anybody's watching, I call him the nut job.
Nobody's
And
watching
if
right
I
now.
don't get more than, well, you should show up as a viewer because you're here.
Let me refresh. It says
Oh,
there's 2 viewers. Can you still hear me?
yeah, I hear you. Ryan, you still there?
Welcome to
Mike?
live chat. Hello? I think you and me are the only 2 viewers.
Ah, crap, I lost everybody.
Send me a link to the live stream and I will post it on my Facebook. I'm gonna get you
Uh,
some hype, bro.
well, why don't you take the thing off of Facebook here and just send it to your Facebook?
Because I wasn't sure how to do that, but now you're gonna make me work. Okay, loop
All
video
you have to
caption.
do is go
Plus
into YouTube and press
help
share.
improve that. YouTube press share. Yeah, I'm not seeing the share button.
Okay. All right, look, I'll do it this way. I'll share it to you. Actually, I have a better way of doing it. It's going to pause it for a second, but oh boy. Come on, YouTube. Because I'm actually in StreamYard. So, okay, that's a live chat.
Smelly bean.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm sending it right to your Facebook,
Okay.
right in private chat.
Ow. My schwan. It only let me send to other. It won't let me copy the link either. Just this. Why no worky?
And I'm. Oh, sorry, Ryan. I was trying to share it to a few things. So I'm back, I guess. Um, I'll try to repost the link. I don't know if that will help, but that's all I know to do. Shoot. All right. Well, Todd's gone. So back on topic. No, that's fine. I think Mike's gone. Okay, hang on. If this is you, hang on. No, it's not.
Hello,
Todd's
it's
back.
me again. I never really left. I just went into like a weird limbo area.
Okay. Yeah, Ryan, I would love it if you could come up here. I don't know why.
What error message is he receiving?
I'm not receiving any. He's just, I don't see him up here in the thing.
Hmm.
I don't know why it won't. Shoot. All right, I'm going to recopy.
Yeah, there's probably about 100 reasons.
Let me see if I can only do one person at a time. Ryan, if you want to go up,
Yeah, boot me out for a minute.
yeah, well, just exit out. Let's see if it works now. Maybe it's only one person at a time. Oh my God. Yeah, if I see you in the guest, I'll bring you right up. I don't know why it won't let you open it. It actually only lets me do 6 because I'm not, I don't pay for this. I don't know, it's let other people come up. There's only like 2 people that it hasn't. One's Ryan and the other one's Mike. I do. All right. I don't know if that works. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to do this. Sorry, I'm back. Trying to make it so people could come up here. Yeah, it looks like it's just you again. Hey, at least I had somebody come up here. I mean, Todd can do it. I don't know why no one else can. Ugh. I don't know what else to do. It's just me and you. I might actually just cut this thing out in a few minutes. I'm trying. Yeah. Wish more people would show up. I think what I have to do is set up a actual time and like let people know every day that it's going to be an actual time. Because some people could apparently pop up on the live stream and others can't. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. All right. It won't be today. And I don't know when it's going to be again that I can do a live stream. Because when I go to the doctor tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to be in surgery or not and how long that's going to be. But if they don't put me through surgery, or when I get out of surgery, whichever happens, then I'll start doing the live stream again, and I'll just set up a time every day to do it. Because it's not like I got anything better to do when I'm incapable of walking. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna end it. Was hoping people would show up. I did give a little bit of a notification, but I don't think I'm giving enough. I think I need to let people know it's like every day at a certain time if I want people to show up. Thanks for trying. I'm running out of things to talk about with myself. Yep. Like I said, after I go to the doctor and I find out about the surgery, then I'll let you know what happens every night. All right. Selling Prepper signing out. See you around, buddy.